I am like so actually excited about this year's worldwide celebration. Or if you haven't seen it, Global literally came out. They tweeted Kodo, actually the new producer that's over essentially Dokkan's like social media and all of that, which they're killing it. She's like coming in there and she's doing a lot for just the actual communication with us, which I think is fantastic. But she actually announced and revealed that we were at 350 million downloads. So this is not just the worldwide celebration anymore. This is actually back to the previous naming scheme, and it is the 350 million download celebration happening at the end of this month on both Global and JP. So of course, we are now just days away from V-Jump leaks that could presumably tell us what's going to happen. We are all just like trying to figure out what this celebration could be about, and I love it. Like, I actually love that no one really knows 100% what is happening with the celebration. Like, Dokkan is so habitual, Dokkan is so predictable for like 6.5 years now, that right now going into this, it could be so many things, and so many things would make sense, and I love it. So first up, if you haven't seen it yet, we have a Cell Saga themed version update. Now, the second a lot of people saw this, they immediately go, all right, it's Cell themed, because again, the unit that releases before one of these celebrations happens is always, pretty much always been related to the celebration in somehow. Again, I spent a long time previously, but in 2018, Fizz 17 released. Then it was, of course, centered around very similar to Fizz 17 with the release of LR Goku and Frieza. Then the next year, Physical Piccolo released, and we had the release of LR Cell and LR Gohan. Then last year, we had the Tech Ultimate Gohan released, and then, of course, followed by Super Vegito and Buhan. And then this year, we got Super Vegeta. And then the second people saw this version update, they were just like, yep, that's got to be it. However, take a look here. It's actually like a comeback campaign image. So it's still not like a sure shot thing. And of course, if you guys are enjoying today's video, hit that like button and subscribe to be here for all the content when all this actually drops. Plus, we're super close to 700K. Why not? Why not subscribe? I know so many people saw that immediately. All right, let's go. It's go time. Cell Saga theme. Now, I will say this. As someone for the longest time that has said Cell Saga is my favorite overall Z arc, saga, etc., it wouldn't bother me. Like, I want the Bye Guys LR Goku, bro. It needs to happen at some point, and this would be the perfect time to do it, because I just don't, maybe I'm crazy, but I don't see them doing LR Gohan and Cell like the exact same units again, just with some different animations and some different conditions. Maybe I'm crazy, but all hope is not lost on GT. I loved this theory right here. A shout out to LR Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta over on the Dokkan subreddit. A link to this post will be down below. But let's look at the facts. iSeriously has been providing correct leaks for years. I've reported on iSeriously's leaks. Pretty much anyone in this community has probably reported on iSeriously leaks. Up until this time, they've been right every single time. Now, I think sometimes he's been a little more ambiguous about his reveals, and you kind of have to, it narrows it down, but you don't know 100%. But if you guys weren't aware, before Super Vegeta released, we thought we were getting a baby Vegeta. He basically said, if you guys help me with this poll over on Twitter, I will reveal who is the next unit, and he revealed it was baby Vegeta via a GIF. It was just really interesting seeing him be wrong for the first time in multiple years. It has been implied that all his leaks originate from someone working on the French translation of the game. Again, we don't know that. Obviously, it's just been implied. Leakers have confirmed that big celebrations, Annie and Worldwide Celebration, are planned in advance, which we know that. We pretty much have known that for a long time, and I've said this for a long time too. These games aren't made like Super Vegeta wasn't made just like a few weeks before it released. Super Vegeta was probably sitting on Akatsuki's desk for the last like 9 to 12 months, if not longer. When you finally see these units in game, they have probably existed for at least 6+ months, if not 12 months or more. So we knew that, but I believe that was pretty much confirmed via the leakers as well. So it's logical to assume that perhaps their content is translated in advance, and therefore leakers know what the big celebrations contain. I seriously got the baby Vegeta quote-unquote info from a different source than usual, but why would he believe him? I seriously isn't stupid. He's not going to just believe some random guy saying that the next DFE is. I think I seriously knows that Worldwide Celebration is going to be based on GT, Vegeta, and Shinron, so he thought that previous DFE being baby, or rather a GT card, would make sense. Now, I like this theory. Unfortunately, I seriously did tweet something, but I do like this theory, and this theory does make sense, because if he was told of a Vegeta of some sort, and I seriously knew to an extent that Worldwide Celebration was GT themed, he probably immediately just like, okay, it's Baby Vegeta, here we go. You know what I mean? Like I'm sure that's what went through his head, and that's what made sense. So I like this theory. This is a very, very good theory. By the way, I just wanted to include this as well. I seriously did tweet out whenever it ended up being wrong, we got the reveal of Super Vegeta. This is the first time that it happens to me. I will double check my sources next time and make sure this doesn't happen again. Sorry. Again, correct for literally years now. And huge shout out to Ice seriously for just being such a massive resource to the entire Dokkan community. Now, on August 13th, literally just a day ago, I seriously tweets, this is really the first year that I have no idea what the theme of the celebration is. I have to admit that I'm hyped up, don't you? Then, and I feel like this is just coincidence, or maybe he's just trying to be funny at this point, he tweets out him getting level 10 links on his Gohan. Now, I'm guessing that he's just kind of almost memeing us with this, if I'm gonna be 100%, because he just literally tweeted out the day before he tweeted the Gohans that he didn't know what the celebration was. I still really like this other person's theory, though, that he thought it was Baby Vegeta simply because he assumed it was going to be GT themed for Worldwide Celebration. I don't know. I kind of like it. Now, I am still hoping, honestly, that it's GT themed. I think it's like the perfect time because I think next year is going to be a lot of movie stuff, again, for the 2022 Dragon Ball Super superhero movie. So right now, give us that super incredible GT themed celebration. We can have, like, I know a lot of people are saying they skipped Baby Vegeta, but in my personal opinion, I know he already has an LR. I know he does. What they could totally do, again, dual Dokkan Fest, Omega Shenron of some form, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta of some form. Again, I fully believe that it will be a Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta Goku that fused together, similar to the Year 3 LRs. And then as the Part 2 LR is a new transforming Vegeta into Baby Vegeta. Yes, there you go. That settles everything. That sort of completes everything to do with GT, caps it all off in this massive celebration. However, Cell themed, I'm still not ruling out because Super Vegeta, and while that art that we saw earlier right here, again, is the returning celebration, it does not necessarily mean a guarantee for Cell Saga. At this point, Cell Saga, I don't think would surprise anyone either. And then lastly, movies. Movies. The entire year has been a buildup of GT and movies, and we actually technically haven't had a GT unit now for going on 4 months, right? Golden Week literally was the last release of GT units, Super 17 and the Goku and the Vegeta. So we're coming up on like 4 months of no releases of GT units. It's all been movie themed. So there is one other thing they could do that isn't necessarily Gogeta and Broly. But first, we did get a hint as to what the Worldwide Celebration was from the V-Jump. So we will probably know why I'm making this video so early right now, or making another one, because I think this is fun, bro. I love it. But we got a V-Jump leak last year, obviously normal time around the like 16th to like 17th, 18th. And it didn't obviously give us the exact details of the Worldwide Celebration, but it did show us these two units right here. It showed us these two units, which we immediately were like, okay, it's Majin Buu Saga themed. So legitimately within like roughly 2 to 3 days from this releasing on my channel, we will just 100% know what is going on with $350 million celebration. I think that's gonna be dope. That's why I made this video before that happens. But the last thing that I wanted to talk about, and this is crazy, but I wouldn't be surprised. There's a lot of Battle of Gods talk, a lot, because of this right here. This was an app icon that went live very briefly back in like February, in March. Actually, no, it was like really late February, very briefly, and then was gone. Now, app icons don't necessarily mean a whole lot. Like they don't have to. They can, you know, like UI for, you know, year 6, all of that. But what if it's not necessarily Battle of God themed, but it's Super Saiyan God themed? Now, if we take a look, the last SSG we got was this LR, which they unfortunately butchered, man. This unit deserved better. This form deserved better, but that's neither here nor there. Wasn't even on freaking Movie Heroes, bro. He was from the series. They're so weird with how they do these units, man. Just like pretend like those first 2 sagas didn't exist and just give these units, give them to us from the actual movie. It is what it is. But we haven't received a new one of these. I guess if you go based on Global's release, it's been a little over a year and a half. But if you go by JP's release, nearly 2 years. 2 years. And the last Vegeta was literally almost 3 years ago, because that's when DBS Broly released. So what if the theme was actually just, again, movie based, Super Saiyan God, bro, because the last time we actually technically got representation for these as well, in the form of an actual like Dokkan Fest, neither one of them have it, right? They're both in their sort of transforming states via this Goku and this Vegeta, but that's lame, bro. This is legitimately, to me, one of my like favorite forms, like in the overall like total of Dragon Ball. I love Super Saiyan God, super underrepresented in this game, and to get actual LR DFEs that look sick and have that Super Saiyan God aura like running like around them as LRs, bro. And then they can do so much, obviously, with a Part 2 LR. Matter of fact, they could continue to milk Broly, because if they did them both the Super Saiyan Gods based from the actual DBS Broly movie, and then the Part 2 LR could be an LR Wrathful Broly, and then they save the full power and Super Saiyan LR Broly for like next, you know, year 7 anniversary or something like that. So at this point, all those things I mentioned, I think are absolutely possible. Battle of Gods, I just don't think I don't think it's time for a Beerus again. Maybe I'm crazy. You know, I just don't think it is. Maybe it will be. Maybe it'll end up being Battle of Gods themed in just total. But I actually think if they go a movie themed, I think it's going to be closer to this, closer to a Vegeta and a Goku. And I know that would rule out an extreme LR for LR Dokkan Festival exclusive, and that would go against a lot of what they've done. But bro, we're in the Wild West right now. We're in the Wild West. Who knows? Who knows? This is some very fan theory here for me. Very, very, very like fan theory. But I mean, didn't y'all blame me? You know what I mean? Didn't you blame me? Let's be real. Anyways, I'm still holding out. GT, cap it off, Akatsuki. Finish it out. We've had an incredible GT run this year. It'd be fantastic to finish it off. Give us the LR Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta finally in the game, LR Mega Shenron, and an LR Baby Vegeta of some form, and we're done. We can move on. We can no longer think about GT for like another couple years. Do it. Anyways, y'all, that's the video. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you're new to my channel, consider subscribing, and stay tuned, because you guys know we're going to be talking about 350 million down celebration. We're doing summons, gameplay, reactions, all of it right on this channel. But that's it for me. Have a great, good day. Keep on keeping on Nanogenix stuff, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.